Today I have a multi-item vintage Louis Vuitton unboxing. I'm calling some of these pieces collection finishers because, as you can tell, they complete all of the sizes that some of these items come in. I've been collecting vintage Louis Vuitton for close to 10 years now, so that is one why I have probably more than the average bear would have. And I am determined to always pay the very best price possible for the quality. So you might be shocked by how quote unquote affordable some of these items were compared to getting them new retail. So I will share my very best tips for that, what to look out for, secret keywords for listings that you might not know about. And I will also have some of my favorite sellers linked. Let's get into it. Here is the first one I'm gonna unbox because this is a lie unboxing. I unboxed this already and did a little setting it up, which gives you clues to what it is, but I did wanna show you how it comes packaged. Did come with eBay's authenticity guarantee. And when that happens, the item first ships to eBay, is authenticated by their experts, and then comes shipped to you. So it came with some bubble packaging and it came in this eBay dust bag, which frankly, it is so nice. I don't know if you could tell, but the cotton is thick and soft. The drawstring is substantial. And so if you want to like flex an eBay dust bag, you can entirely do that. Open it up, and this is exactly how it came. No other packaging, just so you are aware. And you will find a very sought after, loved piece. And this is, of course, the Louis Vuitton Agenda in the GM size. So why was this a collection finisher, you might ask? Because for many, many years, I've had the PM, which is also, the MM, which is all set up and right there. And these you could find very, very, very affordably on eBay, especially if you're patient and you know where to look. This was a pre-loved piece. In my view, it looks nearly immaculate. If you are patient, when you're browsing and searching for pre-loved, you can find one in excellent condition for even under $300 these days. And if you look, the canvas is immaculate and everything is doing just great there. And here is my PM Agenda, which I found a listing from a reputable Japanese reseller for 2 PM Agendas for about $100. So coming in at $50 each, that's just incredible. It looks brand new. Even the gold is not tarnished in any way. So what I did was, one of them, I removed this metal part, which sounds scary, but was actually super duper easy. You could look up a tutorial on that. And that is mine and my daughter's passport holder. So I've got my passport on one side and hers on the other. So there's the PM, there's the MM, and here is the GM, which I mentioned I couldn't resist. I already unboxed it. I paid about $600 for this piece. It was by far my most expensive piece. It retails right now for, I believe, $930, $940. So really good savings considering the quality is pretty much immaculate. Glazing, stitching intact, everything doing really well. I can do a whole walkthrough on how I've set it up, but I won't include that in this video. I will say gold foil paper is really, really hard to find. I got mine from Vantage Agendas and it's cut perfectly and made to fit just fine. The other piece in my Louis Vuitton notebook collection is this notebook cover. I use this for daily journaling. It has a Stalogy grid notebook inside. It's okay. The notebook itself, I find the paper thin. They say it doesn't bleed through. It totally does bleed through, so I only write on one side of it, but I do love the cover. It just feels good to take this out every morning and do one page of journaling inside of it. Now we are doing a true unboxing. I've just cut the box open, but I haven't gone into it any further than that. This is from one of the Japanese resellers whose information I will list down below. Again, if you are patient and if you're willing to do some auctions instead of buy it now, you will find great prices on all these pieces. So here's the old box, which is still in beautiful condition. Yes, this is such a collector's piece. It is something I've wanted for so long. The round coin purse. A quick tip on searching for this item in particular. Search R-O-N-D, because that's what it's called in French, and not R-O-U-N-D, and you will be surprised by how many listings you'll find that are way less competitive because people are not actively searching R-O-N-D. So I use wired headphones most of the time, and that is what I got this for, to keep them in there. You can see the zipper is a little bit old and tarnished. That was one of the trade-offs I decided to make to save some coins. And this tab is really dark and baguetted, but then I don't have to worry about it. Zipper's still pretty smooth. And I'm surprised it came with this vaquetta strap. I don't see many listings for this. I honestly don't know what it is even, or how I would use it, but I do plan on sticking some type of keychain through this loop and then attaching it to my bags that way. Here's the dust bag. So great little piece, a total collector's love. Next item, another piece that I've lusted after for literal years, and they're only becoming more and more rare because it's discontinued. So I decided to pull the trigger on this guy and grab it when I saw it at a good price. This is, of course, the sunglasses case in the MM size, which to my knowledge is the biggest size that they do, which is great because even though like right this very moment, smaller glasses are more in style, you know, large sunglasses will always come back, and I live in Florida, so it's good to have them to protect your face. So you see that microfiber lining is in really good condition. It's not chipped. You see one little pull on the leather. Let me show you right there. So I may trim that. Either way, I'll be very careful with it. The gold on the button looks amazing. And the rest of the stitching and the canvas is in really great shape. Let me try to show you guys something. So you may see listings that have like the occasional little white dot or even larger like white marking on them, and you may be worried about that. What I find the vast majority of the time is that a gentle rub and scratch, and if I even brought a microfiber cloth, it would be better, will entirely get rid of it. And so you may be able to save some money or find a less competitive listing because it has those white marks on it. But honestly, I think 100% of the time I found them so easy to remove. So I'm so excited about this piece because it's flexible enough to go into a lot of handbags. It's not a huge, bulky, hard-sided case, but you still get a lot of durability and protection from this nearly indestructible coated canvas. Here is the last, and definitely is a collection-ending piece that I will unbox. So let's just get into it. More bubble wrap, and we will find, can you see what it is? In this cellophane. This is the first to come in sort of cellophane wrap. Pull it out. This is the toiletry pouch in the 19 size. So let me just show you. Here's my toiletry 15 that I also bought vintage years and years ago. I've probably had that piece for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. Here's the 19 and the toiletry 26 that I've also purchased vintage and have had for so many years. I've used this as a clutch so many times. It is so chic. I've also used it for travel a lot. It's probably my most beat up of the three. I see a popped stitch right there. The zipper is old, but either way, I love it. So it's just been bothering me for so long that I did not have the 19. You can purchase all three of these as a set now. That'll run you, I don't know, somewhere around $1,500. So I've definitely saved a lot of money by getting these pre-loved over the years. I mean, that gold zipper looks wonderful. Let's pull it open and see. Not the smoothest, but it's fine. Some of the things I prioritized were a really nice tab right there. And you will get a lot of variation on it. I mean, here's an example of that older toiletry 26 that I have. Way older. Here is the interior, kind of leathery lining. Some of it is marked up for sure, but what you want to look for here is like not a lot of peeling, especially along this arm of it. So there's a tiny bit. I was totally comfortable with that for the price that I paid, and I love it. I love it. I'm so happy. I'll try to get it to train it so it can stand up like so. And now I have all three toiletry pouches.